Hi everyone, welcome to Crafting with a Cocktail, where we make crafts and cocktails all in one video. My name is Daniela. If you've never been here before, I hope you enjoyed today's segment where we are making some trendy candles, some of them which are fails, which you'll see in a minute here, but it was a lot of fun to do this anyways, and I'll link down below the video that inspired me to do some of these candles, and then some of them I was inspired by other products I've bought or seen before, or just things I thought would look good. So let's jump right in and we'll find out what today's cocktail is in just a minute. Cheers! These squiggly tapered candles are so cool, and they were inspired by another video I had seen, which again I said I would link below. I started off by soaking my tapered candles in some warm water. These are from Dollar Tree and from Walmart, and I soaked them for a good while, like maybe 10 minutes or so. And then once they were ready, by the way, this is like warm to hot, not hot and not like room temperature warm. They're pretty warm. When they were ready, I just really gently and slowly started bending my candles. So this is sped up, so it was even slower than this, and I got to bend it into whatever shape I wanted while being considerate of like feeling out how the candle is moving and if it was willing to bend certain ways or not. So that's my first little guy. I feel like he's a little like inchworm or something, or a little worm. He's just poking his head up to grab a bite. I don't know. I think it's pretty cute. And then I moved on to this pastel pink one, which was extra long. I think this was a 12-inch candle, and I decided to bend it into kind of like a little squiggly line, or I guess another inchworm. And this one was a little bit tougher just because I had to find it how it would balance on the table, counter, or desk, or whatever I'm putting it on. So to help with that, I ended up just taking a knife and cutting off some of the wax on the bottom curve and slanted on the very bottom of the candle itself. So that way, and this did take a few tries, but that way it would sit upright when I was putting it down. This is what they turned out like, and I honestly think they're really, really cool, and you can either put them separate or together, almost like one of those weird puzzles or something. I think it turned out awesome. So today's cocktail is one that I just found online. It's a wine spritzer, a super simple one, and it was not bad. I've made similar ones with Sprite and lemon, which I prefer, and that's called Tinto de Verano. This one involved Fanta, red wine, and citrus. So you're supposed to put in the Fanta first, then the red wine, and it's supposed to separate, and I was like, what the heck? It didn't separate. I just have a glass of wine. So I decided to start over and try it again, because I really wanted the two-toned look. And I tried pouring it on the side a little bit. I don't know. It didn't really work for me. You can kind of see the difference and kind of not. I garnished it with I didn't even garnish it. I squeezed a lime in to offset the sweetness of the Fanta, and like I said, it turned out pretty decent. Now we're moving on to our next DIY, which is this manifesting candle that was inspired by a candle I actually bought myself from an Instagram page called Spiritual and Paid. And so I bought a giant candle at Michael's. It was on clearance for, I don't remember, somewhere from like $5 to $9 or something like that. You can, of course, use any candle you would like. And then I'm just grabbing a bunch of crystals that I got from my local crystal shop here in New Mexico called Chimayo Rocks. And I got a whole bunch of little ones because I told her I was making a candle with it. And she helped me find this bin where I could just take like a big scoop of them for $5. And then I decided, it needs a little something else. So I looked at my original candle and there was some glitter. And so I started laying down some glitter. I laid down some like silver holographic glitter, and then some blue, and some yellow, and some pink, and it looked like a circus. It looked terrible. So off camera, I end up dumping that all out and starting from scratch. I ended up going with some more of that silver glitter and some pink glitter and some silver foil as well. And by that, I mean like decorative crafting foil, not aluminum foil. I just put down a carnelian agate, and you've got some citrine quartz in there. I've got some lapis lazuli. I've got some clear quartz, and these are all great gems for what I was looking for in this particular one. They either promote like self-confidence or clarity and cleansing or creativity, depending on the different type of gemstone you're looking at. For example, carnelian, which is that dark, really rich orange one, is a stabilizing stone. It restores vitality and motivation and stimulates creativity. Some of the other ones, again, are also for cleansing or motivation or self-compassion, honesty, all these wonderful properties. I'm sprinkling in some pink glitter for self-love and compassion, and the silver, which represents wealth and success. Of course, you could just pick whatever colors or combinations or whatever you like. I kind of wanted to go with a different type of theme here. And my theme is a bit vague. It's pretty open, so you could definitely narrow it down to just a few things that represent just really narrowed in properties that you are seeking when you burn this candle. I had a really hard time filming this part because my tripod broke a piece off of it, so I kind of was holding it with my hand. So I forgive the shakiness, but I'm just adding some dried flowers in. This is just for aesthetics because it just felt like it was missing something else, so I added those in right on the side. Last but not least, I decided to add a label to mine, and it just says clarity, creativity, and confidence, because that's kind of all the stones that I picked, stones and crystals that I picked to represent in this candle. And this was inspired by, again, one that I had paid for much more than the $5 to $9 that I spent on this, plus the $5 for gems. But it was a lot of fun to make, and I didn't have to pour it myself. You could also do that and maybe include the gems into your wax or whatever. But I really like the way this turned out. I think it turned out really, really neat. And I don't know, I just think it has so much special meaning, and it's super trendy. Crystals are super trendy right now and obviously have great spiritual meaning. So let me know what you think down below. Just wanted to pop in one last time to say thanks so much for being here, and if you enjoyed this video, to like, comment, and subscribe, which really helps YouTube to recognize my channel and my videos so that we can keep growing as a community here on this channel. So cheers, and let's move on to our last DIY. Don't forget to stay tuned for all of my fails at the end. It was honestly frustrating because I really wanted some of them to work out. But anyways, this is our last successful DIY, which is these super glammed out tapered candles. I'm using some thick tapered candles I bought in a pack from Walmart, and I'm just using some painter's tape and wrapping it around a few times on one of my candles. This one, I have all these different colored foils, and I really wanted to use them all in a project, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I put down some glossy Mod Podge that I got from the Dollar Tree, and a brush that I don't mind might get messed up from glue, so I'm just using kind of an old one that's not as great. And I'm just going section by section and adding on that Mod Podge, and then coating each section with the color I want. So I did gold leaf at the bottom of this one, I did rose gold leaf in the middle, and then the silver leaf at the top. Now this did take me a bit of time, so I'm just really speeding through the process here for you guys so you don't have to suffer through all of that, but I really tried to get lots scattered in there and some bigger chunks, because I think it makes it more apparent that you have a difference in color if you've got some of those larger chunks of foil to make it really prominent. So that's what I'm working on here, and I'm going to go all the way around my candle doing the same technique. I'm just going to roll it over a little bit, put some Mod Podge, and then go down the color scheme that we just went through. When that was finished, I went around and put another layer of glossy Mod Podge around the entire thing, just to really help the gold leaf stick and set into place. Gold leaf sticks okay to candles, it's not bad. Some areas stick really well and some don't stick as well, so that's why I'm just putting a nice coat of Mod Podge all the way around it, and I picked the glossy one to obviously go along with the shiny metallicness of the foils. Then I just peeled off the tape that I had put originally on there. Now, when I did this at first, I kind of left it for a while and looked at it, and it looked okay, but it really felt like it needed some definition or difference in between colors. So, up to you if you want to do this next step or not, but once I peeled those off, I did end up going back after a while and adding some stripes. It just felt like it needed something. So I'm using some sort of like copperish, goldish, I don't remember what color, metallic paint. This is just acrylic paint, and I'm just going around and making a ring on each beginning or end or edge or whatever you want to call it of each section of foil. Once I had those painted on, that was it for this one. Let me know what you guys prefer with the stripes or without the stripes down below. Now let's move on to our second metallic tapered candle. While I was doing the first one, some of the gold leaf kept mixing with the rose gold leaf, and I actually really liked the combination of it. So for this one, I decided to do that combo. I put down some Mod Podge like I did before, and then a whole bunch of rose gold leaf, followed up by some gold leaf. And I just kind of went back and forth between the two different tones and went around my entire tapered candle. I think this just has a really cool metallic effect. And it looked good in the super glam glittery candle holder that I put it into afterwards, which you'll see in the reveal photos. But super simple with this one. Like I said, I am just putting down Mod Podge, that glossy Mod Podge, and then putting in some gold leaf as well as rose gold leaf and just mixing it up as I go around, and also alternating between bigger chunks and smaller chunks. When I was completely done, I did the same thing as I did with the other tapered candle. I just went around and put a nice layer of some glossy Mod Podge all the way around it. And if I felt like there were any strange gaps, I put some gold leaf or rose gold leaf in there as well. But that's about it for these two. I did let them dry for a few minutes standing up in their candle holders, which you see here. But that was it. I think these turned out super glam and gorgeous. I also thought it would look cool with the spooky little glam skull that I made for last Halloween. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy these fails. I was so excited about this one. I had such high hopes for this one. This was in one of the videos I saw. I was warming up my candle, rolling it nice and flat, and the purpose of this was to twist it. So, I don't know, it just looks twisted. And it kind of worked, but like, it cracked a few times, so then I tried burning it, and fixing it, and melting it. And then I was like, meh, it's alright, I'll try it again later. It turned out decent. Oh, it broke. Shit. Then, don't worry, I had these gorgeous gold tapered candles. These are the ones that I really wanted to do the twisty thing with. I was just testing it out on the earlier color, and I was like, oh, it'll work. I'm sure it'll work. First of all, this one took like a solid 20 minutes to heat up or more, and I had to make the water even hotter. It was really difficult to flatten out. And then it barely even worked. So the gold foil on it, or whatever it is, started to peel off on my rolling pin. That was a big blow. And then it would barely twist at all. But I was determined. I really wanted to have these cute, glam, like twisted, tapered gold candles. And I literally looked everywhere for gold candles. And I couldn't find them anywhere for a decent price until I found them at World Market. So I looked online, I looked in stores, I literally looked everywhere, and yeah, it was a bust. Then, off camera, I was like, I'm going to try even harder. Dumb. Anyways, it broke. Hope you guys enjoyed these, and I'll see you next time. Bye.